Hello, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live this afternoon for Week 5 action in the 2021 NFL season. It's the 1-3 New England Patriots heading down south to take on the 1-3 Houston Texans. The Patriots currently sitting third in the AFC East. Houston second in the AFC South. Crucial games for both of these teams. More so for New England, who obviously have higher expectations than the Texans, as Houston once again are going out with their rookie quarterback Davis Mills, and it'll be Jake Bailey, I beg your pardon, kicking off to get this one started from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. What's going on, Van? Welcome in to the broadcast. Glad to have you here as we are ready to get this one started from NRG Stadium. Back to return for Houston is number 19, Andre Roberts. Roberts, a wide receiver for the Texans, and we are off and running. Roberts will take it out of the end zone. Shifting to his left at the 15 and tackle down just across the 20-yard line. Chase Winovich making the play for the Patriots. Davis Mills this season, a 56.7 completion percentage, 357 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, but 5 interceptions. Now, I should mention 4 of those 5 interceptions were thrown last week in an abysmal performance for the entire Texans team against the Buffalo Bills, where they were shut out. 9.4 yards per completion this season for Mills. 4th fewest in the league. We'll see what he can do here on the opening drive of the game. The Texans start from the 21, and as expected, they hand the ball off. We'll see that a lot tonight. It's Mark Ingram up the middle, tackled down by Juwan Bentley. 2nd and short. A look at the Texans' offensive lineup. They have Tunsil, Howard, Britt, Sharping, and Heck on the offensive line. And when it comes to the skill players for Houston, they've got Ingram, Johnson, Brown, Cooks, and Conley. You're watching from your phone? All right, well, I appreciate that, Van. As 2nd and 2 is coming up after the 8-yard gain for Ingram. He's once again in the backfield, and he'll get it. Running to his right, a shimmy move, but he stopped short of the first down. Matt Judon making the play for New England. Just a 1-yard gain, 3rd down and 1 for the Texans. Now a look at the Patriots' defensive lineup. Winovich, Godshaw, Guy, Wise, Van Noy, Hightower, Judon, all on the defensive line. And then in the secondary, there's Williams, McCourty, Phillips, and Jackson. Of course, the big news earlier in the week for New England was the trade of Stephon Gilmore to the Carolina Panthers. And when it comes to defensive ranks, the Patriots rank 5th, and it goes to Ingram again. Did he get the first down? It'll be close. And he might be a hair short. Although it looks like they're going to signal for a first down. Just enough for Mark Ingram on the carry. And for the first time, the Texans move the chains. That was very close. Juwan Williams and Dante Hightower were there to push him back. Ingram already with 3 rushes, 10 yards. First 3 plays from scrimmage for Houston. Now it's 2 in the backfield. Motioning left is Phillip Lindsay. It'll be another handoff, and this time only a yard for the star running back Mark Ingram, the tackle by Dietrich Wise. Wise has been impressive so far this season. The Patriots trying to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But even in the loss, I think the performance of Mac Jones caught the eyes of many around the league. 4 carries so far this drive for 11 yards by Houston. Here we go on 2nd and 9, as I'll get the scoreboard up here, and there we are. Mills will finally throw. The pass is dropped. Under pressure was Pharaoh Brown. Still probably should have made the play as Matt Judon was charging at him. 3rd down and 9. First pass play for Davis Mills results in an incompletion. So what do the Texans do now on 3rd down and 9 as Pharaoh Brown will sit out this play? 41.5 third down conversion percentage this season for the Texans. About middle of the pack when it comes to the league. And on 3rd and 9, Mills is going to throw, but that's way off the mark. However, flags come in, and it'll be pass interference in all likelihood against J.C. Jackson. Looking at the replay, it was a 1v1 matchup. Jackson against Cooks. Cooks, of course, a former Patriot. And as Cooks tried to make his move to the outside, he was clearly held back by Jackson. And that penalty against New England extends the Houston drive. So here we go on a fresh set of downs for the Houston Texans. Just under 3 minutes played at NRG Stadium. A noon local time start for this one. 3 receivers to the left, and now Pharaoh Brown in motion. It's handed off to Phillip Lindsay. He bounces off a blocker and now accelerates to the sideline. He's close to a first down, but now a flag comes in. And will this be coming back for the Texans? Well, I'll tell you what, at the start of that run, there was some real good blocking by the offensive line. Here's Scott Novak, 3rd season as a referee. And yeah, it was at the very end of the run where the holding penalty occurred. The call going against Chris Moore, a wide receiver. And there's the hold on Jawan Williams at the very end of that play. Yep. So a 10-yard penalty. And that could be real troublesome for, or sorry, the holding call was against the Patriots. I beg your pardon. It was. I apologize. So, no, it wasn't. No. It was against the Texans. I was right in the first place. Sorry, I got mixed up there. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Texans, but back to their own territory from the 43. And there's Van Noy with a nice tackle on the play. No gain there, or if so, only a yard. It will be a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9. This seems like a game that the Patriots just have to win to really give themselves a shot at being in the playoff picture. If they lose this afternoon, well, that would be the toughest loss of the year considering the opponent. Here's a screen pass caught in the backfield and taking it into New England territory. 1 yard of the short of the first down was Jordan Akins. Adrian Phillips making the tackle for New England. Quick release to Jordan Akins and a nice move to get some extra yardage at the very end. 3rd down and 1 at the New England 48. Houston 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions this drive, and it'll be a quarterback keeper, Davis Mills, charging ahead, and it looks like he has enough to move the chains. Indeed, a Texans 1st down coming up. A lengthy yet efficient drive thus far for Houston. Still plenty of field to cover 5 minutes into the game. Last week at Buffalo, in the entire game, Houston were only able to compile 6 first downs. They already have 3 on the opening drive of this game. Play action. Mills under pressure, takes a hit, but releases the throw, and that'll be short of Cooks for an incomplete pass as Mills got lit up by Juwan Bentley on the play. 2nd down and 10. Mills had to get it out quickly as Bentley was coming straight for him. Here comes 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 46 of the Patriots. Here's Lindsey trying to find a seam up the middle. He picks up 5. 3rd and 5 on the way. Adrian Phillips making the tackle. Lindsey Phillips, the former Denver Bronco. Mark Ingram, the former Baltimore Raven, of course. And this is a run-heavy offense for the Texans, as you'd expect, considering the circumstances with rookie Davis Mills as their starting quarterback. Could they throw the ball here? Pharaoh Brown in motion. It's now handed off. That's David Johnson short of the first down. A great tackle by Dante Hightower, I believe, for New England. And that'll set up 4th and 1. What does Houston decide to do? Well, it's actually going to be 4th and 2, and it looks like they're keeping the offense out there. So a big decision. 1 for 3 are Houston on 4th down attempts this season. The offense on the field, the play clock winding down, and now Houston will burn a timeout and think things over with 8:17 left in the opening quarter. Well, a big decision to make. It's been a near 7-minute opening drive, and Houston, of course, won't want it to end with no points. But it's a little bit too far for a field goal attempt, one would think. So you either punt or go for it here on 4th and short. And it looks like the offense is going to stay out there. So after the timeout, the Texans going for it from the New England 38. Mills, quick release. The throw is caught. Down at the 30 is David Johnson. So a pass play to the running back. And a gutsy decision pays off for the Texans as the drive continues about midway through the quarter. Real good delivery by Mills. And the ball now on the New England 30. Thank you, Astute Cat, for tuning in. Appreciate it. It'll be another run play. No gain. Kyle Duggar, the tackle at the line of scrimmage. We're exactly at the midway point of the first quarter and no score at NRG Stadium. Oh, sorry, Astute Cat. Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, I am not allowed to show the game. So I apologize for that. It is on CBS if you live in the New England or Houston regions. But unfortunately, I'm not allowed to show the game for copyright reasons. It's play action, a screen pass caught in the backfield. Johnson applies a stiff arm and leaps forward for a 9-yard catch and run. 3rd and 1 for the Texans. But yeah, I would show it if I was allowed to, but I am not able to due to YouTube's copyright restrictions, and I don't want to get in trouble for that. I don't want my channel to be banned. So yeah, what I do on my channel is play-by-play commentaries of a variety of sporting events. I want to become a sports broadcaster. So I'm sorry if I sound boring. I try to bring the excitement. I try to make my broadcast entertaining. But sorry if I'm boring for you. That is not my intent. As Mark Ingram picks up 2. Oh, all right. Yeah, sorry. I can't help you with that, but you can stick around and, treat it as a radio broadcast. I will be providing the play-by-play commentary throughout. So even though I can't show the game, I will be doing the play-by-play throughout the afternoon. The Houston Texans had 6 first downs, as mentioned, all of last week against Buffalo. They already have 5 on this opening drive of the game. And this is a quick toss, cutting back to the middle and taking off is Chris Moore. all the way to the 11-yard line. 3rd down and a yard. Adrian Phillips made the tackle. And the Texans really dialing it all up, I should say. And that was a real nice cut by Chris Moore to pick up 9 on the play. 11 carries, 6 passes for 68 yards on a 10-minute opening drive. And on 3rd and 1, the play clock winding down. The snap is off in time. Mills looking to throw over the middle. That ball's caught. Touchdown, Texans. Anthony Auclair puts Houston on the board. And what a first drive it was for the Texans. 18 plays, 79 yards, 10 minutes and 6 seconds. And it's Auclair with his first reception for a touchdown. An 11-yard catch, and Houston strike first in this one. Well, how about that? And now out for the extra point is Kaimi Fairbairn. Fairbairn has been the Houston kicker for a number of years now. Trying to make it a 7-point game with 4:54 left in the first quarter, and he misses. That ball is wide right. And so after an impressive first drive, the Texans do miss the extra point. However, they have taken the lead. Thank you, John, for tuning in. I did not see the Champions League highlights for women's football, but I did see the scores. Yep, Barcelona crushed Arsenal. I saw that. Yeah, that Barcelona team is ridiculous indeed. I'll be back after a quick break. The Texans strike first, 6-0. We'll see Mac Jones and the New England offense for the first time right after this. Welcome back, everybody. 4:54 left in the opening quarter, and the Houston Texans went 18 plays, 79 yards over 10 minutes for an opening drive touchdown. It was Anthony Auclair with the 11-yard touchdown reception. The extra point was missed by Fairbairn. Nonetheless, it's Houston on top 6-0, and now the Patriots will get the ball for the first time this afternoon. Fairbairn kicking it off to Gunnar Olszewski back on the return. And Olszewski will let it go, and that kick is out of bounds along the sideline, which will result in a penalty. And the Patriots receive a gift as they'll start the drive from the 40. Wow, so Fairbairn with struggle with a sluggish start, I should say. Missed extra point, and now a kickoff sent out of bounds. And so here comes Mac Jones and the Patriots offense. They'll begin from the 40-yard line after that penalty. Motioning right is Jonnu Smith. Handed off. Damian Harris for 4 yards up the middle. No J.J. Taylor for the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson is activated today for the first time since week 1. Mac Jones this season, a 70 completion percentage, 1,012 pass yards, both leading the league among rookies, 7 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He had 19 straight completions last week against Tampa Bay, the most by a rookie in 40 years. Here's Harris again, accelerating to the 48, setting up 3rd down and 2. Here is the Patriots offensive lineup. On the O-line, it's a bit of a shakeup. Yodny, Kajust, Ferentz, Andrews, Karras, and Haran. Everyone except Andrews are fill-ins today for injured players. I'll get to that more in a moment. Harris, Smith, Henry, Myers, and Aguilar are your skill players. Offensively, the Patriots rank only 26th in the league. Here's 3rd and 2. Over the middle, it's complete. Kendrick Bourne the catch. He's switching directions, making a move, and tackled at the 37 of Houston. Nice play. Jones to Bourne for the 1st down and more. So, yeah, that Patriots offensive line is, well, depleted, essentially. Kajust is replacing Wynn, Ferentz replacing Onwenu, Karras replacing Mason, and Haran replacing Brown. 2 of those players out on the COVID list, and the other 2 out with injuries. Here's a handoff. Bourne breaking free. He's got great protection, and he's all the way inside the 25. It's another New England 1st down. And in contrast to Houston's opening drive, New England working real quickly here. The Patriots appear to be in business. Ball at the 25-yard line. Fresh set of downs. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jones hands it off. Harris can't get past the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Johnson. Jaleel Johnson, the defensive tackle. Here is the defensive lineup for Houston. Merciless, Collins, Lopez, the rookie, as well as Martin on the defensive line, as well as Grugier, Hill, Kirksey, and Cunningham. Then in the secondary, it's Mitchell, Johnson, Reed, and King. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. The defense of Houston ranks only 28th in the league. Patriots will try to capitalize upon that. Here's another handoff. Harris up the middle, rolling forward. And he was taken down by Camus, Grugier, Hill. Damian Harris getting involved a lot here on the opening drive. Got the help of David Andrews to pick up an extra yard or 2 at the end. It was a 7-yard gain, 3rd down and 3. 41.1 3rd down conversion percentage this season. That ranks 16th in the league. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Play action. Jones completes. That's caught to Nelson Aguilar. Down at the 7-yard line, the tackle by Desmond King. 1st and goal for New England. A perfect pass by Mac Jones. And the Patriots continue to move the chains. 36.4 red zone touchdown percentage this season. That's 2nd last in the league to be better in the red zone. We'll see what they can do here. It's Harris looking to make a move, but not much of anywhere to go. Taken back by Jonathan Greenard. No gain, 2nd and goal. But before the next play, we will have the end of the first quarter. Well, it was a first quarter that moved along rather quickly. The Texans' opening drive took over 10 minutes, resulting in a touchdown, and now a near 5-minute drive for the Patriots. Looks promising. I'll pick up the red zone drive right after this. The second quarter is next. Welcome back, everybody. We head to the second quarter at NRG Stadium, home of the Houston Texans. Texans up on New England 6-0, but the Patriots, to open up the second quarter, will have 2nd and goal coming up. Last week, New England only ran for, they ran for -1 yards. And this is a throw out wide. Jacoby Myers, the catch. He stopped a yard short. The tackle there by Terrence Mitchell. Already this afternoon, it's been a more productive running game for New England. And that's to be expected after the running game was pretty much non-existent against Tampa Bay. This drive, 6 carries, 3 passes, 59 yards. And now Jones is motioning to the left. It's Damian Harris taking the snap. Harris looking to run it in, and he crosses the goal line for a Patriots touchdown. A trick play up the sleeve of Bill Belichick, and New England tie the game at 6. A 10-play, 60-yard drive in just over 5.5 minutes, and that's the first opening drive point scored by New England this season. Damian Harris just able to finish the play, had a block from Ted Karras, but needed an extra effort to cross the goal line. He's already had 6 rushes for 16 yards, and now Nick Folk out to try to put the Patriots in front, but that kick is wide left. My goodness, so both kickers have missed their respective extra points, and so the game stays tied 6-all. Both teams with opening drive touchdowns. 14-17 left in the second quarter. I'll be back right after this quick break. 6-6. This game is tied. As mentioned, both teams with opening drive touchdowns, but both teams also missing their extra points. Patriots scoring drive, 10 plays, 60 yards. Texans drive about double the time, 18 plays. But at the end of the day, the teams are level, 14-17. Left in quarter number 2 as Jake Bailey kicks it off, and that'll be into the end zone for a touchback. And so out comes the Houston offense for the second time this afternoon. See if they can build off of what was an efficient opening drive that lasted over 2/3 of the first quarter. Thank you, Marioni, for tuning in over on Twitch as Davis Mills rolls right, I should say, and completes along the sideline to Johnson, a couple yards short of the second down. Appreciate you tuning in over on Twitch. You can watch the game on CBS if you live in the New England or Houston area. If you're out of market, if you have Sunday ticket, obviously that's where you can see the game. But yeah, if you don't live in the New England or Houston area, I'm afraid your CBS affiliate probably has is showing another game. But yeah, if you do live in those regions, it's on CBS. As on 2nd and 3, Philip Lindsay picks up a few yards. Okay, you're in Atlanta. All right, I can check for you actually. There's a thing called NFL Maps, so I'm gonna see what games are on in your area. Just give me a moment. As here comes 3rd and 2. Davis Mills drops back, buying time, rolling to his right. The throw down the sideline is caught. Leaping catch, and on the turn, taking off all the way to the end zone is Chris Moore for a Houston touchdown. Chris Moore's first touchdown in 3 years is a big one. It's a 3-play, 75-yard drive, highlighted by a 67-yard touchdown reception by Chris Moore. Wow. Unbelievable. Leaping catch, and Moore on the turn just broke free from Jackson and McCourty. All right. Stick around, Marioni. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, by the way. I'm going to see what game is on in your area. So Atlanta, right? Let's see. As the extra point is no good again. Fairbairn this time goes wide left. He's missed both extra points, and this game is absolutely bonkers. All right, it looks like in Atlanta, you guys have Miami, Tampa Bay on CBS. So, yeah, if you don't have NFL Sunday ticket, then unfortunately you can't watch this Patriots Texans game in your area. Yeah, they're showing Miami, Tampa Bay in your area on CBS. So yeah, unfortunately I can't show the game because of copyright reasons. I'm glad I pronounced it correctly. But yeah, I will be providing play-by-play commentary. So if you want to stick around, you can treat it as a radio broadcast, even if you can't watch it. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. Who do I think will win this, Adam? I think the New England will. I think the Patriots will win it. They better win it. They're the better team. So yeah, I said the Patriots by 14 earlier in the week when I made my prediction. We'll see though. It's the Texans, however, leading by 6 at the moment. I'll be back after this as the Patriots will look for a bounce back. Welcome back, everybody. I don't know if you missed it, Adam. I just told you before the break. I think New England are going to win. Yeah, I think the Patriots will win. And all right, I appreciate that, man. You're a New England fan. Awesome, awesome. Patriots fan in Atlanta. Yeah, I lived. So I grew up in Massachusetts, and then because of my dad's job, I lived in Kentucky for 2 years. So I understand the struggle of trying to watch, Patriots games out of region. I would usually just go to Buffalo Wild Wings, to be honest. But yeah, I lived in Kentucky for 2 years and then moved back to um, Massachusetts. So now I don't have that issue anymore of trying to scramble to find Boston's to find where to watch Boston sports teams because I'm back in region, which is nice. All right, thank you, Raji, for tuning in and the advice. All right, Screen Variety TV. Haven't heard of it, but feel free to check that out. Not sure if it's legal or not, but hey, thanks for the advice, Raji, as this will be handed off to Damian Harris and down the sideline. He'll scramble out of bounds for 5 or 6 yard gain. And this has been an interesting game. 3 missed extra points and 3 touchdowns on the opening 3 drives. It was a 7-yard gain, in fact. 2nd and 3, 8 rushes, 3 passes for New England so far. 35 rushing yards, 32 pass yards. Damian Harris in the backfield, as well as Brandon Bolden, and he reaches forward. No, that was Ramondre Stevenson, I beg your pardon. And he reaches forward for the first down. Stevenson's first action since week 1. A game against Miami in which he fumbled and hadn't seen the field since. No J.J. Taylor today, so Ramondre Stevenson activated, the rookie out of Oklahoma. 1st and 10 from the 33. Jones drops back, throw over the middle, caught. N'Keal Harry, couple yards short of the first down. 2nd and about 2. That will be an 8-yard reception. Still got to get used to N'Keal Harry wearing number 1. Of course, the former number of Cam Newton. 2nd down and 2. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In motion is Jakobi Meyers. He'll shift to the left side. This ball handed off, but Stevenson getting nowhere. A tackle made in the backfield by Jacob Martin. And it's 3rd down and 3 after a loss of a yard. Well, actually, they'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 2 either way. A big 3rd down coming up. Yeah, the Patriots rushing this season have got worse and worse. 125 yards week 1, then 101 in week 2, 49 in week 3. And as mentioned last week, -1. Trying to get back on track in that category. Play action, pass caught. It's a completion over the middle. Jakobi Meyers hauls one in, and the Patriots are into Houston territory. Meyers was backing up as he made the grab. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting, Marioni, how that the whole Cam Newton situation played out in the preseason. Play action again, another complete pass down the middle. Jonnu Smith, and he got lit up at the end, and that will garner a flag on the play. I think it's going to be helmet to helmet. We'll see if it's something else. Yeah, unnecessary roughness, same thing. That's for the hit by Lonnie Johnson. And the Patriots enter the red zone. Yeah, that's a helmet-to-helmet hit there at about the 30-yard line. Sorry, the 20-yard line. And so that'll make it 1st and goal. Yep. It's a 10-yard penalty. So 1st and goal for New England at the 9. Pinching inside is Hunter Henry. Jacoby Myers lined up to the left. Jones going to throw to the sideline. Bobbled but caught. Jonnu Smith holds on. Pushed out of bounds by King at the 5. Well, that ball was on the fingertips of Smith, and I don't know how he was able to catch that. My goodness. 2nd and goal. On this drive, 3 carries, 4 passes, 73 yards. Patriots hurry up to the line. 5 on the play clock. Here's the snap. Handoff to Harris. He's taking off down the middle, and the ball came out. Who recovers it in the end zone? They're going to rule it a touchdown. They say the ball came out afterwards. And there we go. The original ruling is touchdown New England. So Damian Harris ties the game at 12. As we look at the replay, certainly this will be reviewed. And it looks close, but it looks like he was just barely in before the ball was popped loose. Although I'm sure they're going to take multiple looks from a variety of angles before they make the official ruling. Here's a better goal line look, although King was in the way of that camera angle. Great punch out by Mitchell to pop the ball loose. The call on the field is a New England touchdown. It will be reviewed. I'll tell you what the verdict is right after this. Here's the ruling. Oh, wow. The call has been overturned, folks. So no touchdown. That's the second fumble lost this season by Damian Harris. And according to the replay officials, there was enough evidence there to overturn the original ruling of a touchdown. They say the ball came out before the ball crossed the goal line or reached the goal line. And that is a huge, huge decision and a huge lost fumble for New England. And the ball was recovered by Houston in the end zone. So just like that, the Texans offense takes over and maintain the 12-6 lead. Because it was recovered in the end zone, they do start from the 20. It was a 3-yard rush to start, and it goes to Ingram once more on his second and third effort. He gets forward for a yard. And now let's see how the Patriots bounce back from that disappointing drive, I should say. Seemed like a drive where surely they were going to get into the end zone. But hey, credit to Mitchell. He was the one who punched it loose. Houston managed to recover. 4 for 5 are the Texans on third down conversions. They have a 3rd and 6 here. Play clock down to 1 second. They get it off in time. Mills, good protection. The throw complete. Catch there by Jordan Akins for a first down. And Mills is, I don't know if it's just me, but he's looking more and more comfortable as this game progresses. That was a composed pass. He's 8 for 10, 127 yards. Of course, had that big touchdown pass to Chris Moore last drive, 67 yards to the house. This is Phillip Lindsay. He'll only pick up 2 down at the 35-yard line. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this afternoon. Week 5 of the NFL season. I mean, I can still see them winning it, Adam, but yeah, that's it's not been a good first half so far. Let me put it that way. But there's still a whole lot of time left in this game. 6:15 remaining in the second quarter now. It goes to Lindsay once more. This time he picks up a yard. The tackle by Kyle Van Noy. And another third down coming up for Houston. 3rd and 7 this time. Yeah, I'm with you, VPR Boston sports fan. On all the replays I saw, there just didn't seem to be enough evidence to overturn the ruling of a touchdown. I thought that ball crossed the goal line before it was punched out, but during the commercial break, as the play continued to be looked at, apparently there might have been a definitive camera angle that told us otherwise, but I certainly didn't see it. And how about that play by Davis Mills? He ran it himself, scurrying out of bounds, but we do have a flag down. And it is a holding call against Justin Britt of the Texans. So the Mills first down rush is negated. And that'll set up 3rd and long as they replay the down. 3rd and 16 to be precise. That's the 3rd penalty of the game for Houston. Well, those penalties are hurting the Houston Texans so far. See what they can come up with here on 3rd and 16. 5 minutes left in the opening half. Mills, short pass caught in the backfield, and now Johnson looking for protection. He gets it to the outside. He goes, and it looks like he's a yard short of the first down. He finally got forced out of bounds, but my goodness, that was close. They will put it a yard short, so on 4th and 1, what does Houston decide to do? Great blocking in front of Johnson to pave the way. And finally, it was Kyle Duggar who got to him with the help of Jawan Williams to push him out. And the Texans, just like we saw in the first drive of the game, keeping their offense out for 4th and short, although they might bring the play clock down and call a timeout to regroup. And that's exactly what they'll do. So with 4:19 remaining in the half, the Texans will use their second timeout. We do need a run defense, no doubt about it. I'll step aside for this quick timeout. After the break, it's 4th and 1 for Houston. Will they go for it? We'll find out next. Stay tuned. We are back from the Houston timeout. They now have 1 remaining in the half. A reminder that just around the corner, it's the halftime report. I'll get you caught up with all of the action around the league in the early slate of games. We also had a game in London this morning, so a recap of that game between the Jets and Falcons, and as mentioned, the first half of all the games going on right now. 4th and 1, they go for it and complete. Davis Mills put the ball in the air and connects with Brandon Cooks, the former Patriot, for a Houston first down. Great execution out of the timeout by the Texans. Houston, of course, were shut out last week. 12 points already today and a much better looking offense. Play action here. Mills moving in the pocket, under pressure, and he'll throw it away. Swallowed up by Lawrence Guy. And that was the smart move by Mills to avoid the sack. 2nd and 10, 3:34 left in the half. So a smart play by Mills, as mentioned, to avoid that sack, because if he had taken that sack, it would have been at least a 10-yard loss. 4 carries, 4 passes for 28 yards on this 5+ minute drive, and a flag thrown right on the snap, and it's on the offense. False start against Pharaoh Brown, the tight end. 5-yard penalty to make it 2nd and 15. It's been an interesting first half, to say the least. 4th penalty there for Houston this afternoon. The Texans now backed up to their 43-yard line. Mills looking to his right. The throw deep down the sideline, too strong. Incomplete for Johnson. Adrian Phillips was in coverage, and it's been interesting to see how they've been utilizing David Johnson. He's very capable of being an effective passing back, and 3rd and 15 will now be coming up. Davis Mills 4 for 4 on 3rd down passing with 4 first downs. What's good, Karam? Welcome into the broadcast. Firestick has all the games. All right, then. There you go. And it's a quick throw up the middle, somehow caught, but Chris Moore a couple yards short of the first down. And will Houston decide to go for it again? I mean, why not, right? 4th down and 2. The Texans have 1 timeout left in the half. New England have all 3, and a big decision coming up, but it looks like the offense is staying out there. Indeed, the offense staying out. 2 for 2 are Houston on 4th down conversions. They converted one earlier this drive. Mills rolling to his right. The throw caught down the sideline, and that is all the way to the 5-yard line for Houston's wide receiver, Chris Conley. His first action of the afternoon, and Houston are a perfect 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions this afternoon. 1st and goal coming up. And forget the first down. They wanted much more than that. And for a second, it seemed like Conley was heading for the end zone. But he was stopped just short by Juwan Williams. Yeah, we really do need a turnover. Absolutely. We really do. What's good, Adam? Welcome in. Yeah, disappointing score so far. Absolutely. It's been a wretched first half for New England, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in the first half, 12-6 Houston, and they're at the New England 5. I'll be back after this. Outside of the 2-minute warning now. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. And Karam saying he's not scared of the Giants. Yeah, I mean, I expect the Cowboys to win that. I do. We shall see. All right, there you go, Adam. There you go. You need all of those results to happen. And yeah, you're right. The Nations League final is in about 40 minutes as well. Yep. I'll be keeping an eye on that Nations League final. Should be a good one between Spain and France. Here we go. First and goal from the 4. Play action. Mills buying time. Throw is incomplete. Chris Moore dropped it in the back of the end zone, and we do have a flag down. It looks like it's a holding call against New England. What's up, Triengo? Welcome in. The Texans are at the 4-yard line of New England, and it is a holding call against J.C. Jackson. It's just the second penalty of the game for New England, but that's a big call right there. Yep, there's the hold on Houston's number 13, and that would be Brendan Cooks. That moves the ball to the 2, spot foul. Motioning to the right is Chris Conley. First and goal again, and whistles galore as flags rain down right as the snap was taken. And that's false start on the offense. Titus Howard, the offensive lineman, the guilty party here. Hello, Shauna. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And yes, Try. I do plan on doing the Red Sox and Rays at 4. Yep. So I don't know if I'll have a voice by the end of that game, but yeah, I'm going all out today. Sunday's the one day of the week where I don't really have anything going on. So why not take advantage with a great day if you're of action if you're a Boston sports fan? Well, I guess it won't be too great if the Patriots fall short in this one, but still a long way to go. First and goal, the Texans backed up to the 7. Mills motioning to his right, trying to make a move, but he can't escape. Matt Judon with the sack. Second and goal, and it looks like a timeout called with 1:48 to go. Yeah, Mills tried to cut inside, but Judon said not today. And yep, the Patriots have used their first timeout. They have 2 remaining still. Judon fired up after making that play. His 4th straight game with a sack. It's already 5.5 sacks this season for Judon. A reminder that in a few minutes' time, it'll be the halftime report. I'll get you caught up around the league, telling you what happened in the London game this morning and in the first halves of all the games taking place in the early slate of action. This is a handoff to Ingram. He gets to the 6, setting up 3rd and goal. And New England will now use their second timeout with 1:46 to go. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. 3rd and goal for the Texans. I hope not. I hope not, Try. I hope not, man. I really, really hope the Patriots can make the playoffs, but if they lose this game, then yeah, it's not looking good at all. Here's Mills buying time, but he's running out of it, and that's another sack for Matt Judon. 2 sacks in the span of 3 plays, and it's 4th and goal coming up for the Texans. The Patriots use their final timeout with 1:40 to go. Mills once again just trying to dance out of pressure, but had nowhere to go. Yeah, definitely, Adam. I'm super excited for the Bruins season starting this week, actually. Yeah, fired up. I'll be calling a number of Bruins games throughout the season. Oh, all right, you're not too familiar with hockey, just starting out learning the ropes. Yeah, yeah, hockey's a great sport. I've loved hockey since I was young, really young, to be honest with you. Yeah, I need Tom Brady back. I know. Well, it's the defense that needs to step up right now, and Judon's done just that with a couple of sacks. But yeah, I'm excited for the Bruins starting their season this week, and the Celtics very soon. I love the fall as a sports fan. 36 straight field goals made from inside 40 yards by Fairbairn. This will be a 33-yard attempt, so the equivalent of an extra point. But remember, Fairbairn's missed 2 extra points so far today. Will he miss this one? No, he makes sure it's a bullseye down the middle from Fairbairn to make it a 2-score game. 15-6 is the lead for Houston with a minute 37 left in the half. The Patriots with a big drive coming up after the break. Welcome back at NRG Stadium. It's the Houston Texans with perhaps a surprise 15-6 lead over the New England Patriots. The Patriots will get the ball to start the second half, so if they can go down and score a touchdown perhaps on this drive, then it would set them up rather nicely beginning the second half with the ball as well. A minute 37 to go in quarter two. Both of these teams 1-3, desperate for a win. First 3 possessions, not bad at all from Houston today. Touchdown, touchdown, and then most recently a field goal converted by Fairbairn. And speaking of Fairbairn, he'll kick off to Gunnar Olszewski, who will return from inside the 5. Olszewski making a move, leaping by and twirling around to the 23 or 24-yard line. And that's where the Patriots will start the drive with 91 seconds remaining in the half. Robert Kraft and his son Jonathan in attendance for this one. Of course, Robert Kraft, the chairman and CEO of the New England Patriots. He can't be too pleased with what he's seen in the first half so far. But let's see what Mac Jones can do. This drive will start 76 yards from the end zone. No timeouts, by the way, 91 seconds to work with. Jones dropping back in the pocket. Great protection. The short pass complete. And that'll be a 4-yard reception. The catch by Hunter Henry. Patriots once again hurry up. 2nd down and 6. Jones avoids pressure, going to his right, and that pass caught tiptoeing the sideline was Kendrick Bourne, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 61 seconds left in the half. Great job by Jones to get outside the pocket, because breathing down his neck for a moment was Jacob Martin. Fresh set of downs from the 36. Jones over the middle, risky pass, batted down, incomplete. It was Christian Kirksey getting a hand to it, and that was a real dangerous throw from Jones. Could have been picked off. Tried to thread the needle to Hunter Henry. Stops the clock with 57 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10. Jones gonna launch it again. Deep down the sideline. Has a man, but Jacoby Myers dropped it. How has he done that? A penalty marker down, and that is one of the worst drops I've seen in the NFL. The penalty is against Houston. Illegal use of the hands by Terrence Mitchell. 5-yard penalty and automatic 1st down, but my goodness, Jacoby Myers with just an awful drop. He did get bumped by Mitchell, but still, he was wide open here, and he just bobbled it. Lost concentration, I don't know. That was the 6th penalty, by the way, on Houston. 1st and 10 from the 41. Jones fires over the middle, tipped incomplete. Another near interception for the Texans. Justin Reed actually got in the way of his teammate, Lonnie Johnson, because I think Johnson was going to pick this one off. Yeah, Johnson was there. Reed didn't see him. And that could have easily been it could have easily been an interception. It was another risky ball thrown by Jones. He started the game 9 for 9 since 0 for 2. 2nd and 10. Jones stepping up in the pocket. He'll flip it ahead for Hunter Henry, and that's, let's call it a 16-yard gain as the Patriots move the chains. No timeouts, remember. Half-minute remaining. Ball moved to the 43. Here's the snap. Jones dropping back, low throw, caught by Myers, but he's in bounds. A 9-yard gain. The Patriots will have to spike it. New England quickly gets set, and there's the spike by Jones with 10 seconds left in the half. And will they decide to attempt the field goal now, or do they try to run one more play going to the sideline? Interesting decision for Bill Belichick. Yeah, me too, Adam. Me too, man. Well, remember, New England cannot stop the clock with a timeout. They will run a play. Jones rolling to his right, and he'll just float one out of bounds. Went for the safe play there with 6 seconds left in the half. And now out comes Nick Folk to attempt a crucial field goal. 10 for 11 on the season. His long coming from 49. Remember, in the windy and rainy conditions 1 week ago, he missed from 56. That was off the left upright in the dying moments of that game against the Buccaneers. This will be a 52-yard attempt. from the right hash. It would be a season long for Nick Folk. The kick is on its way. It is good. Nick Folk converts from 52 yards out, and the Patriots cut the Houston lead to 6. Well, that is big right there for the Patriots. That was a really good, well-executed kick, I should say. 2 seconds left in the first half, and as the NFL likes to do, they go to commercial breaks with 2 seconds left in the half. So I'll step aside for a quick moment. Be back with more right after this. Welcome back, everybody. 2 seconds left in the half, and indeed, a big field goal. As Adam mentions, the Patriots, despite how poor they've been, as he mentioned, only trail by 6. And they will get the ball to start the second half. So that was a big field goal indeed. As the Patriots give themselves some hope. Well, Jake Bailey will have to kick it off. There are a couple seconds, as mentioned, left in the half. Back to return for the Texans is Andre Roberts. He's their return man. And Bailey ready to fire away. Oh, he goes with a trickery, plays it on the ground, and that ball trickles out of bounds at about the 39. Well, that was a smart play by New England because it meant the clock had to run, and that brings us to the half. As mentioned, New England received the second half kickoff. It's halftime in Houston. An interesting first half, to say the least, and I'll be back to recap the opening 2 quarters of this one and all of the other action around the National Football League. A busy day of NFL action, of course. I'm back to recap it all in a moment. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And for those of you tuning in right now, a reminder that later on today, pretty much right after this Patriots-Texans game ends, I'll be on the call for Game 3 of Rays Red Sox. So a busy day for me covering my Boston sports teams, but I was certainly looking forward to it, and hopefully the Patriots can get the day off to its right start with a win against the Texans. They trail by 6 at the half. Halftime report after the break. Welcome into the halftime report, everybody. New England 9, Houston 15, your score at the break. An intriguing first half. We had touchdowns on the first, 3 drives of the game. Almost 4 before Damian Harris fumbled at the goal line. We had it all. But let's roll the highlights from elsewhere in the league. At Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, the Buccaneers leading the Dolphins 24-10 with 1:14 left in the half. Tom Brady, 16 of 22, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, including a big passing touchdown to Antonio Brown. And you connect with Brown again, so 2 passing touchdowns to him. Jacoby Brissett, on the other hand, 15 of 20 for 173 yards. This morning at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England, it was the New York Jets taking on the Atlanta Falcons, and it was actually a pretty competitive game. The Falcons would get the job done, 27-20. Matt Ryan throwing for 342 yards at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The Saints taking on Washington, and this has been a good one with 2:04 left in the half. It's 13-13, all tied up in just outside of the nation's capital. At Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, it was the Panthers getting off to a quick start, and they're up 15-3 currently, as the Texans and Patriots is my featured game, of course, and 15-9. Texans in front. Davis Mills throwing for a couple of touchdowns and 202 yards. Mac Jones, 122 yards. Titans, Jaguars. By the way, I don't think I mentioned Panthers are 15-3 over the Eagles. As the Titans are taking on the Jaguars. That game in Jacksonville, and Tennessee has a 24-13 lead at halftime. At Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ben Roethlisberger airing it out, a big touchdown pass to Johnson. It's 17-6 Steelers lead with 23 seconds left in the opening half. Meanwhile, at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Packers have the slim 2-point lead over the Bengals, 16-14. Joe Burrow had a huge touchdown pass to former college teammate Jamar Chase right at the end of the half. Burrow throwing for 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rodgers, 203 yards and a couple of touchdowns as well. It's a good one in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, at US Bank Stadium in Minnesota, it's the Vikings leading the Lions 13-6 at the half. An incredible catch and run by Patterson to get into the end zone. So that's your update around the league. The missed extra points have been the story today. The Jaguars missed an extra point off the upright. Fairbairn missed 2 extra points for the Texans. And in that same game, Nick Folk also missed an extra point. So I don't know what's going on, folks, but the Packers as well, they missed an extra point. Mason Crosby sent one off the upright. So what is that? 5 extra points across the league in the first half of games. That's just incredible. And thank you very much, Astute Cat. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. I'm glad I changed your mind. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, man. Yeah, I was hoping I'd be able to reverse course for you and change your mind. I'm glad you don't think I'm boring anymore. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. And so that is your update around the National Football League. A lot of storylines around the league, a lot of close games as well through the first 2 quarters of play in most of these games. And in my featured game here between the Patriots and Texans, I just thought, the Patriots run defense in particular struggled a bit. And not even the run defense, even the secondary had a couple of blunders. Of course, that big touchdown pass to Chris Moore. Moore, after making the catch, all he did was turn around, and he was blown by J.C. Jackson and Devin McCourty. So mistakes like those can't happen. The offense could be better. I mean, if Damian Harris hadn't fumbled at the goal line, the Patriots would be winning this game right now. by a point in all likelihood. Um, so the offense hasn't been too concerning, and I do like how the Patriots were able to convert that field goal in the dying seconds of the half to give them some momentum, hopefully, in the second half. I'll look ahead to the third quarter after a quick break. We're inching closer to second half action from NRG Stadium. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We are almost set for the start of the second half. We'll look at the first half stats first. The total yards 237 for Houston, 164 for New England. The time of possession about 19 minutes for Houston, 11 for New England. And so we'll see how much those stats are altered here in the second half as the Patriots try to fight their way back into this game. They only trail by 6, and they will get the ball here to start the third quarter. But how about the fourth down conversions from the Texans? That was something I forgot to mention in the halftime report. The Texans with 3 fourth down conversions. That has been a huge key to some big offensive drives. And Davis Mills has done a really nice job either getting the ball out quickly or escaping the pocket to buy some time. A quarterback comparison, Mac Jones 11 of 15 for 122 yards. Davis Mills, meanwhile, 12 of 16 for 201 yards and a pair of touchdowns. So Fairbairn will kick off to Olszewski as we get this second half underway from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. The kick up and away. Olszewski will opt to return from the goal line. Straight up the middle. It's a hard run forward, and tripped up across the 25 was Olszewski. It looked like a little bust up off the ball between a Texan and Patriot player. Nothing too serious, though, and here we go with the first play from scrimmage in the second half coming up for New England. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of this afternoon's broadcast. Appreciate it as always. And this drive will start from the 27. Jacoby Myers motions left to right. He's the lone receiver on the right side. And now it's handed off. Not much there for Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie. They may give him a yard. Nope. They say no gain. So here's 2nd and 10. Once again, Stevenson lined up in the backfield for New England. Play action. Jones under pressure. The throw picked off. It's intercepted by Lonnie Johnson, and it's a nightmare start to the second half for Mac Jones and New England. Second turnover of the game for the Patriots, and the Texans will take over in New England territory. Jones under pressure, and another bad pass up the middle, looking for Aguilar, but Lonnie Johnson had it read all the way. It will be looked at just to make sure that ball didn't hit the ground and that it was a clean interception by Johnson. Looking at some replays, it's definitely tough to tell. But I think it's a clean pick. Yep, and that is confirmed. So the Texans will take over. By the way, thank you, Harry, for tuning in. I appreciate that, man. This will be a run up the middle, and how about that? Charging forward for a 7-yard gain is Ingram. The Eagles are so bad. Well, it's looking like the Patriots are so bad too, Karam. But yeah, the Eagles are down to the Panthers as well. 2nd and 3 for Houston. 11 carries, 29 yards, by the way, for Mark Ingram. And this will go to him again. A flip back to Mills. Mills down the sideline. That ball's caught into the end zone for a Houston touchdown is Chris Conley. Dialing up the trick play where the Houston Texans, it's an efficient drive to say the least. 2 plays, 44 yards, 42 seconds. A 37-yard touchdown reception for Chris Conley. And how about that trickery? A handoff to Ingram, a flip back to Mills, and then Mills finding the open Conley down the sideline as he strode into the end zone to make it a 21-9 lead. And here comes the extra point, and finally Fairbairn converts an extra point. He missed the first two, knocks through this one. It's a 22-9 advantage for Houston. It's a nightmare start to the second half for New England. An interception by Mac Jones set things up nicely for Houston, and it's Davis Mills to Conley for the touchdown. Houston by 2 scores. The Patriots with some work to do after this. Welcome back. Early second half, 13:31 remaining in the third quarter. And how about Davis Mills and this Texans offense today? Texans have been lighting it up. And I think a big reason why their offense has been successful, obviously, the defense hasn't been stellar at all from the Patriots, but I also think the variety of players getting involved in the Houston offense has been a key because they were way too reliant on Brandon Cooks in the passing game in the first 4 weeks of the season, really. But now we're seeing a lot of different guys get involved, and that's been huge for the Texans. We've seen Moore and Conley with big touchdown catches. We weren't seeing that in the first 4 weeks for Houston. And so now the Patriots will start from the 25. Mac Jones started the game 9 for 9, 97 yards, since just 2 for 7 with an interception, I should say. And that's not a great start to the drive. Ramondre Stevenson with the carry, swallowed up by Jordan Jenkins for a loss of 3. Second down and 13 coming up. The Patriots just can't let this get ugly here. This is a huge drive. Of course, running really thin at the O-line position. No excuses, though, as Jones gets ready to unleash. Short pass complete over the middle, and that's caught for about a 4-yard gain by Brandon Bolden. Kamu Grugier-Hill with the tackle. It'll be a 3-yard gain, in fact. Third down and 10. The Patriots 4 for 5 on third down conversions. What can they do here? They're 3 for 4 on third down passing with 3 first downs. Big play from the 25. Jones drops back. Jones looking for time, spinning out of pressure, launching deep down the sideline, and it's incomplete off the fingertips of, I couldn't quite get a number. That was 39. That was none other than, wow, that was close to an interception again. That was making the play for Houston, Terrence Mitchell. Yep, it was Mitchell indeed. As Jake Bailey comes out to punt, another real disappointing drive for the Patriots. Andre Roberts back to return. The punt is sky high from Bailey. Roberts backing up. Will take it out from the 18-yard line, moving to his left and scurrying out of bounds at about the 27. 11:43 left in the third quarter, and the Texans in great shape. They lead by 13 with the ball. Back for more in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. And yeah, very shocking from the Patriots indeed, Adam. And yeah, I'm trying to contain my emotions to the best of my ability. Yeah. I mean, I would scream right now, but hey, I'm trying to keep it professional. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that, Adam. Trying to do my best to contain my emotions, as you say. Houston's first 4 possessions have gone very well. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, and touchdown. Can they keep the trend going here on their 5th possession? Short pass caught, and spinning to the 35 is Pharaoh Brown. 11 and a half minutes left in the third quarter, and the Patriots now in dire need of a stop because nothing's clicking here to start the second half. 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard catch by Brown. Mills hands it off. Ingram spinning forward, may get a yard, but that's it. So 3rd down and 2 coming up. They do give him 1 yard on the play. And the Texans on 3rd and short, 4 for 4 today. Can they maintain that perfection? Motioning to the right is Chris Conley. 2 receivers to the left. Mills going to throw to his left. Batted down, incomplete. J.C. Jackson makes the play for New England. And that is big time from the Patriots defense. Much needed as well. As it looks like Houston will have to punt, although who knows? They've gone for it on 4th down 3 times, but here they're in their own territory, so why would you risk it? So for the first time, Cameron Johnston out to punt. Gunnar Olszewski back to return for New England, and now Johnston steps up. Could this be a trick play? The Texans looking to draw New England offside, and now Johnston once again backs up. He's going to try to release it quickly, and that's blocked by New England. The Patriots block the punt, and it's out of bounds inside the 35 of Houston. The Texans tricked themselves, and the Patriots didn't fall for it. Houston shoot themselves in the foot. And the Patriots will take over at about the 35 of the Texans. What on earth happened there? And that could be a huge momentum boost for the Patriots. Actually, that punt went off of a Texan. I thought it was blocked, but no. That went off of one of Houston's blockers. Off his helmet on a line drive punt by Johnston. And he made a nightmare out of that as the Patriots will start from the 36, a 4-yard gain for Damian Harris on the ground. Wow. I can't believe that. Yeah, that was a horrible drop. That was a horrible release. And Johnston just got it all wrong there. What they tried to do is first Johnston was lined up for the punt. Then he went up to the line trying to catch the Patriots offside. I thought they were going to then call a timeout, but then Johnston backed up again and tried to quickly punt it away because the Patriots had no one back because Olszewski went up thinking the Texans were maybe going to run a play. And that's where the chaos ensued as Damian Harris is leveled in the backfield. A huge hit delivered for a loss on the play. What a tackle that was. Perfectly executed by Jonathan Greenard. Setting up 3rd down and 10. Jones, short pass caught in the backfield. Bolden has a lot of room to cover, and he's only going to gain 2. That tackle by Christian Kirksey. And does Bill Belichick go for the field goal here? I would think so. Yep. Nick Folk out for New England to attempt a field goal on 4th and 7. Seems like the logical decision. He's 1 for 1 today. Made a 52-yarder at the tail end of the first half. And this one will be from the same distance. Another 52-yard attempt coming from Nick Folk. This time from the left hash. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is through the uprights and good. Nick Folk with a pair of 52-yard field goals converted today. And the Patriots make it a 10-point game. It's been a wild game so far in Houston. 22-12, Texans in front, 8:25 left in the 3rd. And welcome back. 8:25 remaining in the third quarter. The Texans leading by 10. 22-12 the score at NRG Stadium. So let's see if that botched punt affects the Texans in any which way, because it's given at least a little bit of momentum to the Patriots. Of course, New England would have loved a touchdown on that drive. They settle for another 52-yard field goal by Folk, and here's the return by Andre Roberts across the 25 and out of bounds. Well, the one blunder for Houston today, despite the 10-point lead, has been the special teams. Fairbairn with 2 missed extra points, a kickoff out of bounds, and then Johnston with a punt into his own teammate's helmet. I never thought I'd ever say that. Well, that's what happened. And so this drive for Houston will actually begin from the 23. Mills over the middle. That's complete. Big hit there. Devin McCourty dropping down Pharaoh Brown. First down for the Texans. Bit of an awkward tackle in the end by Devin McCourty. Found his body in an unnatural position. Appears to be all right, though. Mills 15 of 20 now, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, this guy is balling out as Ingram with a strong run down the right side. He picks up a dozen yards, but we do have a flag on the play. It's a holding penalty against the offense. Max Sharping committed the penalty. A reminder that next weekend, it's a great doubleheader of SEC football at noon Eastern time. Auburn takes on 17th ranked Arkansas. And then at 3:30, 11th ranked Kentucky takes on number 1 in the country, Georgia. And look at that number 1 next to Georgia's name. Of course, that's after the huge upset last night, or unranked Texas A&M took down number 1 at that time, Alabama. Alabama now slipping up a bit after that huge upset. First and 20 after the holding penalty. Back to the 29. Mills looking to his right. Short pass complete. The catch by Johnson. David Johnson may be a running back, but he's essentially acted as a receiver all day long. What's up, Christian? Welcome into the broadcast. You're a Texans fan from the NB. I don't know if that's some slang that I'm supposed to know. I'm not sure what NB is. You'll have to help me out there. Sorry, Christian. But glad to have you here, even if you are a Texans fan. Glad to have you here, man. Hey, your Texans have a good shot here of getting the job done. Still a lot of time left, of course, as Mills is forced to throw one out of bounds. Pressure was arriving from Matt Judon. Judon's had a nice day. He has 5 seasons with the Ravens, of course. And then so far, well, leading into this game, 4.5 sacks. He's already had 2 more today. So his season tally up to 6.5 in that department. Short pass laterally, and that gets them nowhere. That's Bryant making the play. 4th and long, and the Texans will have to punt. Oh, all right. New Braunfels. Got you. Thanks for clarifying that, Christian. I am not. I live in Massachusetts. That's why I'm a Patriots fan, as you can see. So I am not familiar with the Houston area or towns in Texas. So thanks for Thanks for clarifying there as Gunnar Olszewski returns one out to the 38. What's going on, Rohan? Welcome in, man. Long time no see. Glad to have you here in the stream. 5:48 left in the third quarter. The Patriots trailing by 10 with the ball. It's a good one at NRG Stadium. Welcome back, everybody. 22-12, Texans leading, and a development here is Damian Harris has suffered a chest injury, and he is now questionable to return. We'll keep you posted with that, but that could be a huge loss. Play action here. Jones over the middle, connecting, and that is all the way to the 40-yard line for Hunter Henry. Yeah, I'm doing well, Rohan. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing good as well. I know it's been a little while. Great to see you though, Rohan. You never been to Massachusetts, Christian? Yeah, well, I definitely recommend going to Boston one day. I wanna go to Houston one day, as well as I'd like to check out Dallas too. Um, Austin seems like a cool city. I've never been to Texas, so but I really want to. My dad's been to Texas a crazy amount of times because he used to coach college soccer, so he'd recruit in Texas, where that was a hot spot where he found a lot of players he wanted. Yeah, he'd go to showcases in Dallas and Houston. 2nd and 7 now coming up for the Patriots. 4:40 left in the third quarter. And this will be play action. Throw over the middle. Caught. Jacoby Myers makes a move, and Aguilar, I beg your pardon, and he's down at the 16. First down, New England again. What's going on, Femur25? You've been watching the stream since week 1 against the Dolphins. Oh, man, that's much appreciated. Understandable. You can't watch the games live since you live in Michigan. But you're enjoying the play-by-plays. Awesome, man. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for being a weekly viewer for Patriots games. Yeah, I try to do as many games as I can, as this throw is caught in the backfield, but Aguilar only gets a yard. Nice play by Thomas of Houston. Javier Thomas, the cornerback. What a big drive this is right here for the Patriots. The ball now. Let's see where they put it. That was the third reception for Aguilar, by the way. 2nd and 9. Jones now has thrown for 170 yards on 16 completions. And the ball will be placed at the 15. Need to get to it, the 6 for a first down. Jones, pump fake to the left, throws to the right, and it's caught by Bolden, but down he goes in the backfield. It's a loss of yardage. Cruzier Hill making the play for the Texans. And that's a notable loss of yardage. At least 3 yards, maybe 4. No, it'd actually be just 2. Sorry, I overestimated there. 3rd and 12. The Patriots 5 for 11 on third down conversions. And this is a significant third down here. Quick pass caught by Bourne. He has some work to do, and he's grabbed by the towel. That was interesting. Tackled down, yard short of the first down. In fact, he was 8 yards short. Actually, that was the shirt. Yeah, he was grabbed by the shirt, and it stretched all the way out. And so out comes Nick Folk, 2 for 2 on the day. He's made a pair of 52-yarders. This one much closer, a 32-yard chip shot, and that is down the middle and good. Nick Folk has made it a one-score game. 22-15 the score with 1:50 left in the third. We got a ball game, folks. Stay tuned for more action between the Texans and the Patriots. All right, welcome back. So the Patriots with the momentum, at least a little bit of it, as Nick Folk converted another field goal. He scored the last 6 points of the game to make it a one-possession game. Houston leading by 7, and those missed extra points earlier from Fairbairn could end up playing a significant role in how this game plays out. We shall see. Jake Bailey will kick off to Andre Roberts. And away we go here on the return. It'll be taken from the end zone, and Roberts takes a big hit at the 22. That was delivered by King. So good work on special teams there by Brandon King. Minute 45 left in the third quarter, and this is turning into a very competitive second half. We'll see if the Texans can get back into a groove here on offense. They start from the 22. Mills hands it off. Up the middle goes Mark Ingram. Only a 1-yard gain. There for the tackle was Lawrence Guy. Yeah, most definitely, Christian. It looks like it is going to be coming down to the fourth, so we could very well be in for a dramatic ending. We shall see. 2nd and 7 now from the 25, and look at this. Mills is lining up as a receiver. Taking the snap is Ingram. Ingram's going to keep it running to his left and putting his head down, picking up about 6 yards on the play, setting up 3rd and 2. Today, Matthew Judon has come up with a couple of big plays. Well, more than a couple, a number of big plays for the Patriots, including 2 sacks. Judon, big part of this Patriots defense, first year with the team, last on the Ravens. Here we go on 3rd and 3. Mills over the middle, completes to a wide open Chris Moore, and he strides across midfield down at the 45 of New England. And this will likely bring us to the end of the third quarter, although the Texans trying to get up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Are they going to run a play? No, they can't get the snap off in time. And so that is the end of the third. 22-15 Houston lead. A dramatic game, and it should be a dramatic fourth quarter in store. The final 15 minutes are on the other side of this break. And so we head to the fourth, 22-15, Houston in front. Brandon Cooks, by the way, just one reception today for 6 yards. The rest of the team, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns. We'll see if Cook becomes an important factor in this last quarter of play. This is going to be run by Ingram. He took the direct snap up the middle for a 2-yard pickup. And that's how this fourth quarter gets underway. Second and 7 now. By the way, this is Chris Moore's first career game with 100-plus receiving yards. Play action. Mills throwing to his left. Incomplete. Not even that close to the intended receiver, and that was Chris Conley. 3rd down and 7. Laramie Tunsil, by the way, is out with an injury, so that's he was a scratch for today. Not that he got injured during this game, but that's why we haven't seen him today. His replacement, Jaron Christian. 6 for 12 are Houston on 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 7 here from the 41 of New England. Mills rolling to his right. Throw is caught, but a great hit by J.C. Jackson. Brandon Cooks with the catch, but my goodness, J.C. Jackson was waiting to drop the shoulder. 4th down and 4. And the Texans will now send the punting unit out with 15 seconds on the play clock, or rather the kicking unit, I should say, not the punting unit. I'll have to hurry up here. Fairbairn 1 for 1 on field goals. He made that field goal from 33, and this attempt is going to be from 56, and the Texans ran out of time on the play clock, so they're forced to use their first timeout. We'll see if that affects them later on in the game when they maybe need that timeout, but won't have it. Well, Fairbairn did miss 2 extra points. Let's not forget that. And this one's going to be from 56 yards. That's 23 yards further back than an extra point. So let's see what he can do from this long range. Oh, wow, Tunsil is in the game. Well, he was injured, but I guess he is fit to play. I apologize. I thought Tunsil was not going to play today, but he's in there. Here's the 56-yard attempt. The kick is up, and that is well wide right. No good. Fairbairn missed it by a large margin, and the Patriots will take over on downs. It stays a 7-point game, and the Patriots with a chance to tie it on this drive. 13:25 left in the fourth. Back in a moment. All right, I am back. Sorry, folks. Had to sort out some technical difficulties during that commercial break, but we didn't miss anything. Houston special teams, 2 missed extra points, a missed field goal, a kickoff out of bounds, and a punt for 0 yards. Oh, man. Rough day for the special teams of Houston. 13:25 left in regulation. And here's a run up the middle. This drive starting, by the way, at the 47-yard line for New England. And they take it into Houston territory. That's Damian Harris with the carry. So Damian Harris is back out there. The chest injury, not significant enough to pull him out of this game for good. Yeah, they need to get their offense going. Their offense has been on and off never really on, to be honest. I mean, yes, they had that touchdown drive on their opening drive, but since then it's been so-so with 3 field goals. And here's Jones with another quick release. That's caught by Hunter Henry. He's tackled at the 37-yard line. A reminder that next Sunday, it's another Sunday where the day gets underway early, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time from London. The Dolphins take on the Jaguars. Then at 1, it's Chiefs against Washington. 4:25, it's Cowboys Patriots. I'll be on the call for that one between the Cowboys and the Patriots. Now, last catch was the 4th of the afternoon for Hunter Henry, by the way. And this will go to Damian Harris, and he barges forward for about a 4 or 5 yard pickup right up the middle. 2nd and medium for New England. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. What an interesting game this has been. Even though it hasn't necessarily gone to plan for New England. We should certainly be in for a nerve-wracking, perhaps, and entertaining ending. We'll see. Yeah, 2nd and 5. Jones goes to Harris again. Harris bouncing free. He's still on his feet. Harris pushed all the way to the 16-yard line. A ferocious run, a 15-yard gain or so. And that is a great job by Harris to find the hole, and wonderful protection as well to open up that space for Harris. Look at the red zone offense. A touchdown and a field goal on 3 possessions for New England in the red zone. This is handed off to Brandon Bolden. Ramondre Stevenson. That was Stevenson, the rookie. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. 10.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. And here we go on 2nd and 6. Jones hands it off. Stevenson looking for room, but can't find any. The tackle by Cunningham. No gain for New England on the play. So here's 3rd and 6. Mac Jones, 5 for 7 on 3rd down passing. He drops back in the pocket. Will launch for the end zone. That ball's caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. And this game will be level pending the extra point. 2nd straight game with a receiving touchdown for Hunter Henry. And that was a perfect throw from Jones. Henry sliding to make the catch in the corner of the end zone. And now out for the extra point is Nick Folk, and this is a big extra point to try to tie the game at 22. And he does just that. The extra point is good. 22-all in Houston. The Patriots scoring 13 unanswered. From 22-9 down, it's 22-all, folks. Mac Jones airing it out to Hunter Henry. 9:31 to go, and this game is on level terms. And welcome back, everybody. A big touchdown for the Patriots indeed. And they've tied the game at 22 apiece in the fourth quarter. The Patriots, of course, won a couple of Super Bowls in this very stadium, NRG Stadium. And this was the venue for the memorable comeback against the Atlanta Falcons, down 28-3 to win it in overtime. That was at this very field. So 22-all as Bailey will kick it off to the Texans. And now all of a sudden, Houston under pressure with 9:31 to go. Now he'll go into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder for those of you tuning in, at the top of the hour, around 4 o'clock Eastern time, I'll be on the call for Rays Red Sox. So pretty much when this game ends, I'll quickly start, as quick as possible, I'll start the Rays Red Sox stream. And I'm looking forward to that game 3 of the ALDS. So busy day for myself, but hopefully both the Patriots and Red Sox can notch wins today. Texans start from the 25, a 2-yard run up the middle for David Johnson. Yeah, so Laramie Tunsil is back out again. So it was interesting to see him go in for that one play, the field goal attempt, because clearly he's not he's not healthy enough to be out there play in, play out, or even sporadically. Davis Mills, 19 of 26, 291 yards tonight. Here's 2nd and 8, 2 receivers on each side. Mills, down he goes. The blitz pays off, and the sack by Jamie Collins is that. Yes, it is. That's Jamie Collins, folks. They picked him up on Wednesday, and he makes a big play for the New England defense here. His 3rd stint as a Patriot. He was all smiles returning to New England, and that's the 3rd sack of the game for the Patriots. Love to see that from Jamie Collins in his first game back in a Patriot uniform. 3rd and 16 now. Mills going over the middle. That ball somehow caught, but it's a couple yards short of the first down. Hauled in by Brandon Cooks. But the Texans will pretty much have to punt here. They're too deep into their own territory as we close in on the midway point of quarter 4. Yeah, that pass was caught through traffic. And out comes Cameron Johnston. We all know how his first punt and only punt up to this point went. Sent one off of his own teammate's helmet, hoping for a more smooth operation this time through. And it is off cleanly. Gunnar Olszewski calls for the fair catch and makes it at about the 13-yard line. 7:15 left in the fourth quarter. All of the momentum now with New England. They've scored 13 unanswered and now have the football with a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight, in fact. It was 6-6 at one point, but a missed extra point by Folk prevented the Patriots from taking the lead at that stage. And on the last 3 possessions, the Patriots are finally clicking on offense. A field goal, and then a touchdown. All of that has happened since the Houston 0-yard punt. And so here we go on 1st and 10 from the 13. Jones going to throw. That's complete over the middle. Jacoby Myers. And now Myers breaking free to the sideline. He'll go out of bounds. A big gain on the play. Tremendous job by Mac Jones to deliver that pass. And then Myers running across the field for the big gain. Under 7 minutes left in regulation. That's the 4th reception for Myers. 1st and 10. Jones hands it off. This is a run up the middle by Harris. He'll pick up 8 or 9, and now flags come in, and Harris is a bit slow to get up. Here's the call. It's a holding call against Kendrick Bourne, so that will move New England back. And now Damian Harris will go back to the ground. He is clearly shaken up, and this is not a good sign. He came out earlier with a chest injury, returned to the game, and you wonder if it's a re-aggravation of that injury. Injury timeout. I'll be back in a moment. Tie game, 6:39 left. Welcome back. Damian Harris limping off to the sideline, and it seems like a serious injury here as he'll head to the locker room. So down Damian Harris are the Patriots again, and this is not good. Mac Jones taken down. Sack for Houston. And that is on the sack for Houston. Green. Yeah, Greener's been all over the place for the Texans on defense. He's been making an impact, and he got to Mac Jones in a hurry. That's an 11, or rather a 6-yard loss. 2nd and 21. Remember, the penalty came before that. Play action. Jones will throw short, and the catch made, but leaping out of bounds was Brandon Bolden, and still third and about 16. We have an update for you in Washington. The New Orleans Saints have extended the lead over Washington 27-16 with 12-12 left in the fourth quarter. Callaway with a 12-yard receiving touchdown. The Saints seeking their first win against Washington since 2009. That is crazy. Here's 3rd and 17. Jones going to air it out deep downfield. It's picked off. No, it's dropped. I spoke too soon. N'Keal Harry transformed himself into a defensive player there. And is there a flag down? Yes, there is. And Mac Jones signaling it's against Houston. Well, what a turn of events. Looked like an interception for Reed. Ball was popped out by Harry, who was the intended receiver there. And yeah, this is going to be roughing the passer, I believe. Yep. Wow. Oh, sorry, Gabriel. I didn't look at the comments for the last few minutes. Welcome into the broadcast, man. Why am I not watching Nations League, France versus Spain? Well, because the Patriots are playing. I'm a diehard Patriots fan, so that's why. I don't really have a rooting interest in that game between France and Spain. If it was Portugal playing, then I definitely watch. My dad is from Portugal, so. But I don't really care for France or Spain. I have been checking in on it, during commercial breaks in this one between the Patriots and Texans. But Patriots are playing, so that's that. And another update regarding Damian Harris. Now it's a rib injury, and once again he's questionable to return. So will Damian Harris make a magical second reappearance? We'll see. But it didn't look good as he limped off injured minutes ago. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Ramondre Stevenson. He'll only get a yard. The tackle there by Tay Davis. 3rd down and 6. 4:20 remaining. Well, can't understate the importance of this drive. Ball on the 48-yard line. Jones stepping up in the pocket. Throw is caught. Hunter Henry held on. He took a hard hit, but still able to make the catch. And that's a New England first down. My goodness. Yeah, here we go, VPR. Here we go, man. Mac Jones coming alive. 6th reception that for Hunter Henry. He'll sit out this play. Clock keeps on ticking. 3:20 remaining. Play action. Jones throws to the left side, and that is tipped incomplete. That was close to an interception. Just a bit too high for Zach Cunningham. .314 to go. Nick Folk warming up on the sideline. We'll see if he's called into action or if the Patriots can get into the end zone this drive. On 2nd and 10, it's a flip back to Bolden. Bolden finds a gap. Bolden cutting to the middle. He's taking off inside the 20 and down out of the 18-yard line. The Patriots move the chains again. The tackle eventually made by Justin Reed. And yeah, same here, VPR, man. Max scares me with some of those risky passes as well. I'm with you. I think he's got to be a little bit more careful. I mean, I don't mind him going for the long ball once in a while, but yeah, he has to be careful. That's for sure. 2.5 minutes left now. The ball in the 18 of Houston. It's Stevenson to the outside. And look at this. Stevenson, with an extra effort at the end, picks up 9, 2nd and 1. And it looks like Houston will use their second timeout. All of a sudden, the clock becoming a legitimate factor. They now have 1 remaining in this game. .223 to go. Second and 1 for the Patriots. And no need to hurry. Look at the quarterback comparison. 23 of 30 for Mac Jones, 231 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Davis Mills, more passing yards on 20 completions, and he has 3 touchdowns. And this will be a quarterback keeper. Jones plows forward for the first down. 1st and goal is set up for the Patriots, and this will take us down to the 2-minute warning. A 5+ minute drive. 5 rushes, 5 passes, 73 yards. I hope so, Adam. I hope so. I hope I'm right about that. 2 minutes left. I'll step aside for the 2-minute warning. Back with more in a moment. 22-22. 1st and goal next for New England. And welcome back, everybody. Final 2 minutes are here. The game tied at 22 apiece. What an ending here at NRG Stadium. Thank you, Walt, for tuning in. He's predicting a Hunter Henry touchdown. Pats win 29-22. I hope you're right, Walt. I hope you're right, man. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. Let's see how these final 2 minutes play out. On this drive, 11 plays, 81 yards, 5 minutes, 15 seconds for New England, 5 first downs as well. And here we go, first and goal from the 6-yard line. This will be handed off. Driving forward is Stevenson, tackled at the 4. And will Houston use their final timeout? Yes, they will. So the final timeout used by the Texans with 1:56 left. Well, the key play this game was the botched punt by Johnston. I mean, the Texans just shot themselves in the foot. All they needed to do was a normal punt. They tried to get too tricky, and Johnston sent the punt off his own teammate's helmet. And that's when the tide turned. That was the moment where the Patriots gained momentum and took full advantage of it and haven't looked back since. So here we go on second and goal from the 4-yard line. One receiver on each side. Jones going to hand it off. Stevenson into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots, but a flag is down. And it looks like it's going against New England. Let's see the call. It is a legal shift against New England, and that was Jonnu Smith. That's a killer right there for the Patriots. So illegal shift on Jonnu Smith. So no touchdown yet. 1:52 to go. And that penalty also stops the clock for Houston. So this could really help the Texans. The ball moved back to the 9-yard line. And this is handed off to Jonnu Smith. He'll take it to the 4-yard line. 5-yard pickup to set up third and goal. And now the Houston have no control over the clock. The Patriots can bring it all the way down to about 1:06 before they snap it here on third and goal. Patriots this afternoon, 6 for 10 on third down conversions. It looks like Bill Belichick will utilize one of his 3 timeouts this half here, and that will be the case. So with a second on the play clock, a timeout called by New England, 1:07 to go. No problem, Pluto's moon. No problem. It was my pleasure, man. I appreciate the kind words. Yep. I love to welcome everyone, no matter, who you're a fan of, where you're from. I always love to welcome everyone to the stream. And yeah, try to keep a good vibe going on these broadcasts. So yeah, I like having good interactions with those tuning in. And so yeah, you live in Orlando. Very good. Not easy to find good coverage. Well, I appreciate that a lot, man. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, we'll see, Christian. Here we go on third and goal. Mac Jones lines up to the left. Taking the snap is Bolden, but he tries to push his way through. The Texans able to take him down at about the 2, maybe the 1. And on fourth and goal, the Patriots will likely go for the chip shot field goal. Thank you, VPR. Much appreciated, man. CBS played the Denver game instead. All right. That's interesting. So I'm assuming you don't live in Massachusetts then. I'm assuming you live out of region then, if you have the Denver game on in your area. Well, I'm glad you found me. Appreciate you tuning in. And I'm, as you probably figured out, a Boston sports fan like yourself. being from Boston. What's going on, Ethan? Glad to have you here, man. And so the Patriots bring the clock all the way down to 17 seconds before using their second timeout. And here comes Nick Folk. He's 3 for 3. Made 2 field goals from 52 yards out. His most recent one coming from 32. And this will be a 21-yard chip shot attempt to likely win the game for New England. Nothing guaranteed, but we'll see. Here we go. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Nick Folk slips one inside the left upright, and the New England Patriots, for the first time tonight, take the lead. Not tonight, this afternoon, take the lead. 25-22. Their biggest deficit, 13 points back in the third quarter, and they've overcome that to score 16 unanswered. No problem for Folk from close range. And the Patriots have a 3-point lead with 15 seconds on the clock. What a great drive that was from New England. And now they'll try to close it out. Houston essentially needing a miracle now. Yeah, nice to meet you, Christian. Nice to meet you, man. It's not done just yet. I don't want to jinx anything. I was, of course, a witness of the Miami Miracle a few years back. But so it's not done till it's done. But it looks like the Patriots are going to come out of here with the victory. Didn't make it easy on themselves, but an impressive comeback nonetheless. There you go, Christian. There you go. And so Bailey will kick it off. And what a big return coming up for Andre Roberts. I appreciate that, Adam. I appreciate that, man. Too kind, too kind. And that kick into the end zone for a touchback. So the logical move there by Bailey to not enable Roberts to return that one. And so what can the Texans draw up here? They trail by 3, no timeouts, 15 seconds left, and they're at their own 25. I would assume they'll go for some quick throws to the sideline, but they simply have to get out of bounds. If there's a catch where they stay in bounds, that's it. Here's Mills. He steps up. The throw to the sideline out of bounds. Did he throw that one above the line of scrimmage? Not quite. It was close. That stops the clock. 8 seconds left. But yeah, I'll definitely remember you guys. I don't know if the channel will ever blow up. I mean, I'm going to be off to college next year, so I more so do this for practice, and I just really enjoy it. But yeah, I want to pursue a sports broadcasting career, so I just enjoy calling games for fun, and it's good practice to get better. 2nd and 10, Mills throwing to the right. That's caught. They have to lateral it. That's fumbled, and the Patriots pick it up. That's Matt Judon for New England. He'll kneel down, and the Patriots will come out victorious. However, a penalty marker is down. So hold up for a second. Will we have an untimed play? We would if this is against New England. Let's see. It was against New England, but it was after the fumble was recovered. So therefore, this game is over. The New England Patriots overcome a 13-point deficit to defeat the Houston Texans by a final score of 25-22. What a game, folks. It involved a little bit of stress, but in the end, the Patriots get it done. They improve to 2-3. The Texans, meanwhile, drop to 1-4. I appreciate that, VPR. I appreciate it, man. Wow. What a roller coaster game that really had it all. The two quarterbacks, both number 10, Davis Mills and Mac Jones, embracing. And that'll do it for my broadcast. Normally, I would do some bonus coverage for the end of the other 1 o'clock games, but I'm going to be on the call for Rays Red Sox. First pitch is in literally 5 minutes, so I got to quickly end this stream, start that stream, use the bathroom. I'll be right back after a quick break. So I'm going to end this stream, and I'll start a new one with Rays Red Sox coverage. Thanks so much, everyone, for being a part of tonight's broadcast. Patriots defeat the Texans 25-22. I'll be on in a matter of minutes for Rays Red Sox ALDS Game 3.